Howdy! Welcome to another episode of Rebuilding Hollers. Come hell or high waters. My name is Stephanie Johnson, and I am your host for the evening. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so excited and thankful to share with the world the truth about what's really happening here in Western North Carolina. Of course, you can watch us on Facebook Live, YouTube, X, or Kick. Pretty please don't forget to hit the like and share button. You can also subscribe on our YouTube. We have so many amazing things happening here in Western North Carolina, and I'm so thankful to share all of that with you during this live broadcast tonight. If you would like to make a comment, if you have a question for our guests, just type in the comments hashtag rebuilding, and Russ will pop that up on the screen so that you can join in this conversation with us. This is a very important episode tonight, and I hope that you'll stay around for the whole thing. We're going to be talking about some pretty big stuff. We're going to be talking about some pretty hard stuff. So I'm most excited to be here, and I'm also completely nervous because typically I completely hold it together when people are watching, and I just lose it when I'm, by myself or in my car or in my tub. But the reality is we're all struggling. We're all on the struggle bus. So we're going to talk about that tonight. But first, I want to talk to you about my most exciting events that are coming up. So we are 8 days away from our 1-year anniversary, which is why we are going to be talking about our mental health tonight. But on the 27th, so in 8 days, on our 1-year anniversary, we have 2 huge events happening with Rebuilding Hollers. Now, there's multiple events happening all across the state. I'm so excited for. I encourage you to attend one of them. Go somewhere, support any of them. But the 2 that Rebuilding Hollers will be partaking in is at Old Timey Day on the square. We're going to be giving away a Jeep. I am so excited about this Jeep. It's a 2017 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sahara. We are selling raffle tickets. You have 8 days left to get your raffle ticket. They are $100. Every bit of that goes to helping us rebuild our community. So pretty please buy one for a chance to win, but also buy one for your chance to help me keep helping our community. No matter where you're at in the country, if you win it from off, I will deliver it to you. Y'all know I need a vacation, so I'll go anywhere. That's fine. I'd like somebody in Washington or California to win it because I really want to go see the redwoods, but we'll take it anywhere. Our last one, Lady in Spruce Pine won that. So that's been really cool to see it driving around, and I'm most excited to give this away. That QR code up there in the screen, that will take you directly to get a ticket the rest of the evening. So anytime you can scan that and get your ticket, pretty please. So we will be giving that away at Old Timey Day. But also during Old Timey Day, we're going to have booths at the event. So you'll be able to get merch like this awesome t-shirt. And I don't know if y'all noticed, it's a crew neck. Everybody's been wanting crew necks. So I do have some crew necks that will be available. Of course, I'll have our original blue and black hoodies and t-shirts. We have some long sleeve shirts that'll hopefully be done by then. And I also ordered sweatpants because who doesn't love a comfortable pair of sweatpants? Me, I do. So those are coming. So hopefully we'll have those as well at Old Timey Day. Our second event that I'm also most excited about is the Carolina Mountain Strong event. Thank you, Russ. That is hosted by Mercy Chef and the George Shin Foundation. This is an invitation-only event. This event was created by Mercy Chef and the George Shin Foundation for our most devastated families. So if you experience loss and devastation during the storm, we want you there. They're going to be giving out some incredible gifts. It's going to be chef-prepared meals. There's going to be a small concert. There's going to be appliances, all kind of stuff, games for the kids, bouncy houses for the kids, and family portraits. So pretty please, if you've not received your link to come, make sure you call us here at the office so that we can get you signed up for that event. It's going to be wonderful, and I'm most excited about that. So I will be duplicated. There will be 2 of me. I've tried to get one of the guys to wear a wig. No, I'm just kidding. I'll be in both places. I'm going to figure that out. It's going to happen. I'm excited about it. So all of my projects, please, if you can come, I really want you there. And if you have friends or family that's not part of our project list, but did receive devastation and damage during the storm, we want to make sure they're as well. So just holler at us on that. So my favorite, my projects updates. Y'all, what a week it's been for our projects. We currently have 561 projects. We've had some come in since I saw you last. We currently have 25 full rebuilds on the schedule. 2 came in this week. So people are still have lost everything, are still looking for resources and assistance on a full rebuild. So I picked up 2 full rebuilds this week, which is very scary for me because y'all know we're just walking on a faith and a prayer. And also we have 18 full remodels. So we had 1 full remodel come in this week. We have 105 done with the needs met. So I'm very excited about that. I have 10 full rebuilds in progress, 7 full remodels in progress. So a lot going on. We still need a lot of support. And that's why those Jeep tickets are so important, because my goal is to sell 1,000. I really, really need to sell 1,000. And that will give me some more funding to push through this winter. Y'all know the woolly ones are solid black. The permission seeds, I always say that wrong. What's it called? A permission. Anyway, the seed had the spoon and not the knife. That means we're going to have winter. What is it called? A permission. I don't know why. Persimmon.
Yeah.
Y'all are going to meet my friend in a minute. She knew what I was talking about. A persimmon seed has the spoon, not the knife. We're going to have a rough winter. So we're trying to get prepared for all of that. So a couple project updates. Project number 3 got their block done and poured this week. I'm so excited about that. They will be pouring their slab in the next 2 weeks. So we got it scheduled today. I'm super excited about that. Project number 8, y'all know I just posted a video with them. They are moving right along. So the foundation is done. The main level is done. The second story is done, and they have their roof almost completely done. So that's incredible. They're moving right along. That family is so important. We get them home before the winter because they are living in between small houses, like tiny houses, and the RV, and that's not going to work through the winter. We'll have to bury all their water lines and all kind of other stuff. We got to get them home before winter. Project number 9 is making great progress. Their framing is almost done. We did have a small setback that is taking us a little bit more time to get worked out. Got to pour a big slab. Got to deal with another issue before I can do that. So we have a small delay on project number 9. Project number 11 is so close to moving in. You know, I got to see them 2 weeks ago, last week. I don't know. All the weeks are getting confusing, but they're doing amazing. They're so close to moving in. I'm so excited. Project number 12, which is our barndominium, their concrete slab is done. It is beautiful. The rough end plumbing is done. We're so excited about that. And their well is done. Septic's done. The metal is being cut this week to be delivered to the site. So hopefully, now don't laugh at me, but they call it, when you're putting metal up, they call it's a metal erection crew. I know, we're excited they're coming too. So then from there, once they get the metal up, then we will be with them getting them 2x4s for their interior walls, 2x6s for the exterior walls, and just start getting them framed up. So I'm most excited about that. This week we did pick up, so Project 32, which is a full rebuild that has been on my list. Obviously they're 32, but we had thought that another organization was going to be stepping in and managing the rebuild. That has fallen through. That is not working. So they're back up on the list to get their full rebuild done. So I'm excited to start really focused on that one. We're going to go see that job site, the property, Tuesday. And she picked out her floor plan today. So I'm excited. I do love construction. This is what makes me most happy. Mostly I'm thankful that she came and let me know that other organization had dropped the ball and that she still needed help, because she does have a young child in the house, and we got to get them home. It matters the most. Project 34 made amazing progress this week. We had an incredible crew called the River's Edge Ministries come down. They are a 7-church kind of coalition that brought in like 25 volunteers, and they were at Project 34. Not only did they bring in volunteers that were skilled tradesmen, they were skilled tradesmen that knew how to jack up a house. So I'm so excited about that. Project 34, their entire foundation was blown out. And it dropped 3 inches. And so we really had a lot of work to do as far as redoing some of the floor joists that had broken and getting it jacked up. But it's jacked up. It's level. We got that 3 inches back. And so next week we'll continue with another crew that's going to help us build that permanent footers so that we can keep those jacks in place. It's going to be like a beach house now. So it's going to sit on piers. So if the water rises again, it'll just run right through it. So we're pretty excited about Project 34. It's all jacked up. I love that. And I'm my favorite. Y'all know my baby. Everybody's my favorite. But my baby, Project 118, we set that thing this week. That was so amazing. Mr. Larry Bodford was just incredible. He rolled up to the high school. They rolled open those big, beautiful doors, and we drove it down the highway straight to the job. The high school kids were able to come along with Mr. Jeremy Dotts. They were on site. The house pulled up this incredible crane. Y'all, the crane was so cool. So it doesn't just turn, like it had, I don't know, 6 wheels on it, 4 in the back, 2 in the front. So 5 wheels, 10 total. They all independently turned. It was incredible. It was the coolest thing to watch this crane. So it picked it up off the house, set it on, or off the trailer, set it on the foundation, got it all secured. That was amazing. And then he also went ahead and stood up the roof rafters for us, and we got that main beam set. We got the sheathing done this week, and so the roofing will be, the asphalt shingles go on Tuesday. The plumber's already been there. The electrician's been there. I'm just so thankful. God has been doing amazing things. My subcontractors have been beyond incredible. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Austin. Thank you, Gresham. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Andrew. Everybody has been so wonderful in making sure that we are making steady progress on 118. So that one's pretty amazing. Jeremy has started the next subfloor for the next 2 houses. So that's pretty exciting too. We're most excited about that. And finally, just for tonight, Project 135, they're almost done. Their trim is done. The flooring is done. Everything is done. Right now, they are just waiting on a couple things with their cabinets and their appliances. So 135 is almost home, and I'm most excited about it. So with that, we got to get into our guest for tonight. This is the hard part. I'm done being excited. I don't know what's going to happen from here. I may cry. There may be tears. There may be snot. I don't even know. But we're going to talk about the hard stuff tonight. We have to talk about it. So this evening, my guest is Ashley Putnam. She, the letters are QDDP and QMHP. She's going to tell us what that means. She's a North Carolina native and the Director of Programs and Partnership for Resources for Resilience. This is a nonprofit that offers resiliency-focused community education and professional development programs. Her work centers on developing partnerships to promote wellness and resiliency building and initiatives across the state as well. So I'm so excited. Y'all, please welcome to our podcast, Miss Ashley. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for helping me with that one word. I couldn't find it in my brain. I'm so excited to have you here tonight, even though we have to talk about some hard stuff.
Yeah, we can talk about the hard stuff and the good stuff.
Yes, that's right.
Tie it all in together.
That's right, because it's all about healing. We're all on this journey together. You went through the storm just like I did.
Absolutely did.
Just like all my neighbors and my friends did. And so we're all, distracted. Like for me, I feel like I'm constantly distracted myself, right? Like my projects, that's all I want to talk about. That's all I want to deal with. If I'm trying to deal with anything else that's hard, I would just rather go back to dealing with my projects.
Right.
So I feel like that's how I've distracted myself from the beginning. Even in Rose's parking lot, I was telling you how we kind of got established, and I never went out in the community for the first 7 weeks. Because I knew it was bad. People had told me it was bad. I'd been seeing my neighbors for weeks, but I wasn't prepared in my spirit to see it.
Yeah.
because I just kept saying, it's going to kill me. I'll just
Mhm.
die, and I've got to do this work.
Mhm.
I got to help keep getting people stuff
Yeah.
before I can go see how bad it is.
Yeah.
And I was right. I mean, when I
Mhm.
finally went and saw Pensacola and the toe and the cane and the South toe, each time was a whole devastation
Mhm.
moment for me, you know, and
Mhm.
it, but it also made me determined.
Yeah.
Right. That's when it was very much like, this is so bad, I've got to do something.
Mhm.
Right. Because for me, I just kept waiting on someone to come do something. Right. Like
Yeah.
even for in the parking lot, I was like, somebody's going to come and help that knows what they're doing. I'm just a nobody filling in until the bona fide people get here.
You're the bona fide people. We're the bona fide
We're the
people.
bona fide people. We're the bona fide people. So tell us a little bit about what you do and how, about your program, because you also manage a nonprofit. This is
Yeah.
insane.
So I'm a part of a team.
Okay.
We support a nonprofit, and yes, so I live in Weaverville.
Okay.
And my family is from here, from Weaverville, from this region, generations deep here in Western North Carolina.
The greatest place on earth.
Yes, yes, it is. And I'm with Resources for Resilience. We are a nonprofit, and we have amazing trainers all over North Carolina. We have amazing team members, many here in Western North Carolina, some as far as even Hertford County.
Oh, wow.
And we provide resources, we provide training, we provide support to groups, to organizations, we say if you're a human with a nervous system, our information is for you, and just all centered around supporting our resilience, managing stress and trauma, like understanding how that impacts me, how that impacts you, how that impacts our community during times like Hurricane Helene and the year to follow, or just tiny day-to-day stressors. But most importantly, like naming the hard stuff. But like I said, there are things we can do about that, like ways that tiny itty bitty ways throughout the day with each other alone can support our resilience and build up our resilience and help move through the stress and the trauma that we experience. So we love to get out and teach these simple tools and help people make sense of why you feel really angry or why you couldn't go out of your community for 7 weeks, like you said, why you just want to distract yourself with the building, like all these things that you're saying. I'm like, yeah, like this makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Like
I'm not crazy.
Right.
That's great.
No.
My husband would argue that.
Well, I've got science.
Oh, good. Yay. I'm so thankful, because sometimes surely I'm crazy, right? This is wonderful. So we're going to talk through some of their techniques and things that folks are going to be able to learn tonight that's going to help them, to help me. And people are going to remind me, Steph, this is what you need to be doing. And I'm so thankful for that, because we are 100% still struggling here, and at so many levels. And I was in a conference or something recently, and they said that the 1-year anniversary cycles up all of the trauma. So being, we here in Yancey and Mitchell County, a lot of things are going to be more focused on celebrating our recovery and resiliency and stuff like that, honorary, tributes and things like that. But the reality is, it's fall again. Yeah. The leaves are turning again.
Yes.
The season is back on us again. And it's like it's locked into our, I guess that's how trauma works, huh?
Yeah, Stephanie, I was just telling, I was in a meeting today and with some coworkers, and I was like, even the change of the air and like knowing that it's shifting again, my body is like I feel the stress. And like, I was sitting just a week ago, was sitting in my office or in my house, and I heard 2 helicopters fly over. Before Hurricane Helene, heard a helicopter and it was like no big deal, right? Yeah. Like you're like, oh, okay, what's going on? I hear 2 helicopters and it was like chills down my spine, right? My body's like, woo, like back into My first thought was someone's being rescued.
Yes.
Because that's came to be what after Hurricane Helene, the following days for a solid week, like daily, multiple
It was
helicopters.
nonstop. It was
yeah.
nonstop.
And so every time I hear that,
Yeah.
it's that. It can be the leaves changing. Driving here to meet you, I was like, it's pouring the rain, right? And I'm like,
I know.
Like I can feel my jaws clenching.
And you're doing all your things. You're going through it all in your mind, right?
Yeah.
But it's also kind of preparing us. Let's see. My buddy said, "Oh, we call it trauma-informed care." Oh, that's a good one. Thank you, my friend.
Trauma-informed and resiliency focused.
I love it. We're using big words. I'm a redhead and I'm a fighter. And so for me, I've never been to therapy. I know you're not a therapist, but I've never been to any kind of a therapy session, although I'm sure that the teachers in school probably wanted me to. And I was like, no, I'd be crazy by myself. But, this is just something we have to talk through. And I had the same thing happen to me. I was actually sitting at home one evening late. The TV was on in the background, and I was reading a book or writing a book. I'm pretty sure I was writing, and all of a sudden there was helicopter and sirens.
Yeah.
And immediately I was totally zoned out, and then immediately I was very aware, and my whole body tensed up, and I'm ready to go. Like it was like a full-blown flight or fight response is what I had, And so it's a physical, and that's one thing we had talked a little bit about. This is the first time I've met her, but we did have about a 20-minute conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so it's a physical reaction.
Yeah.
Now, my massage therapist, who I used to see bi-weekly, and I still love you, Teresa, but I haven't got to see her but 3 times since the storm. And I'm trying to get to see her more often because she's like, you are carrying this, all these different things are going on, like in my back and my shoulders and my spine. I'm all twisted up. And so she's amazing. But that's how I know, I'm carrying it physically in my body.
Yeah. So can I give you like a little bit of science?
Yeah, I love science. Well, not really love science, but I
know. Well, I can do it in a way that's fun.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Easy and you'll be like, oh my God, this is really cool.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, so I'll tell you about the zone, but I'm gonna use my hand.
Okay.
And teach you about the brain. Okay. And very simplified, little hand brain that we use this in our workshops, thanks to Dan Siegel and some other really cool people in the field. But okay, so let's say this is my brain, right? This looks like a brain.
Mine's this big. Just get it.
Right. So this is my brain.
Okay.
And so on a normal day when things are really good, I'm just walking through, and okay, so this top part is my frontal lobes, right? And your frontal lobes is critical thinking, your problem solving when you're mapping out a floor plan and you're taking on the projects. You are full on here in your critical thinking brain, right?
Total happy place for me. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah. And we saw after Hurricane Helene, so many people who were able to jump into action really in that let's organize these donation centers.
Right.
Let's get they were really functioning here in this critical thinking brain. So then, right, we have this emotional brain. So palm of my hand, I like to say it's this part, right?
Okay.
Very simplified. So if they're neuroscience
I'm not that fancy.
Oh my God, this is super simplified.
You're talking to rednecks now.
Super simplified version, but that's the emotional parts of our brain. So I like to say I have all my emotions in the palm of my hand. And so here's memories. Okay, so memories and attachment and relationships, that's all here. Okay, well, notice my little thumb. Okay. I'll give one pretty technical term. It's the amygdala. So
the amygdala oblongata?
Yeah.
Okay, I know that.
So the amygdala is this tiny little part that lives in the emotional brain, and it is acting like a smoke detector, and it is constantly scanning my room everywhere I go. It is scanning for safety and for threat. Okay. So it is always taking input, sight, sounds, colors, like it's taking in what has hurt me, what's been helpful for me, what is safe for me, what's not safe for me. Like it is there to help because it's sending signals, right, through through this emotional brain into the survival brain. So base of my brain, survival brain. That's where that fight or flight response, all that is managed here in the survival part of my brain.
Okay.
So you're sitting there and you're watching, you said you're watching TV.
Yeah. It was just in the background. It was just playing in the background.
And you heard the like helicopters
sirens,
go
yes.
over and you named something else.
No, they were it was on TV.
Oh, on TV.
Even worse, it was on TV.
You just heard helicopters on TV and you felt your whole body.
Yes.
Right? That amygdala is like, ah! It's taken in the sound of helicopters, which was like scary at one point. Right? Same reason, like I was sitting in my office, the helicopters kind of alerted that, noticing that my hand, right? Noticing what's happening on a good day. And I'm like critical thinking, doing the things, this is in control. They're all feeding each other, talking to each other. But this amygdala says, danger, danger.
Right.
Threat, threat. It's raining.
Right.
It's this, it's that. And so it alerts the survival brain to then kick in and take over.
Okay.
So that this part of the brain kind of disengages and stops for a little bit, or is like not really fully involved because we're wired for survival. And so it's like in the moments, like Hurricane Helene happens, it makes sense that we're like, we got to get out. We got to fight this.
Right.
We got to save people. We got to organize things. We got to go into that fight or flight that functions in that time. Right.
Because everything was different. I mean, in the first month, the first even 6 months for us was we were just full steam ahead. Mm-hmm. It was full steam ahead. Yeah. Like it was just nothing stopping us. Yeah, exactly.
Survival mode energy to like all the things we needed to do to survive what was happening. And that's a great survival function. That's what our brains and bodies are supposed to do, right? In these big moments of threat. And what has been hard since is like seeing Cane River looking different, hearing the helicopters, seeing the rain on the way to school, like all these little things, because this amygdala is like very sensitive right now. Right. And so it's like, taking in a lot, and it's kicking this part off a little more. And we're kind of like living here.
Right.
When it's like, we can kind of come out of there a little bit. Right. And it's hard. It's hard.
Because some people like me may just dive in and distract ourselves, but some other go a different way. Right. So some people kind of close up. And they can't get out of bed, or they can't. Okay, so tell us about the chart. She keeps pointing to the chart. I don't know, but let's talk. Well, because I have 561 projects. Yes. I'm carrying everybody's trauma right around in my brain.
So when we think about like that amygdala, this lightning bolt, like woo, like jolt, trigger. You hear all these, jolts, triggers, all the things, stressors, things that happen is like jolting. On a normal day, right? When I'm like feeling in my zone, in my critical thinking, I'm riding the wave of the stressors. Things are good. I'm connecting with people. My husband's not saying, "Why are you yelling?"
Right.
I'm not yelling, right?
Yeah, right.
All of these, like I'm connecting with my teammates at home, the things like it's when you're showing up and you're feeling good and you're in your zone, right? And like, I got this. I meal planned this week. I got my to-do list done this week. I'm feeling like that's ideally where we want to be, like within we all have our like zone of resilience. Yes. But it makes sense. Individually, we all experience jolts. Collectively, over the past, like Hurricane Helene, we collectively,
like our children, right? So I was talking to some teachers, and some of the children at school, they'll be sitting in class, and all of a sudden it's pouring the rain, and all the kids immediately shut down from listening, and now they're staring at the windows, and they said that you can just feel the energy lift in the school, and like everybody's nervous and everybody's not sure.
Yeah. So you get that jolt, right? And you're like, oh, it's raining outside. And that's danger, right? And it's a jolt. And when that happens more and more, or we just have all that energy still in our body, that fight or flight survival mode from the past year, right? We're not so much here in this like riding the wave. What I hear you saying a lot is like, I just stay distracted and I keep working, and like you've got some of that amped up.
I'm totally amped up. Like there's a picture of me that I posted on my socials, and like I'm so fired up when I'm on jobs and something is happening. I'm so excited. When we were setting 118, I was wired. I mean, I was vibrating. I was vibrating the day before. I was vibrating that day, and then that night I was just a zombie. Like I was just gone. Like so I went from way up to straight down.
I love that you're saying all these great words, because like the vibrating, like your body was telling you, like I got all this energy, right? And you're like,
I was so jacked up,
amped up space, and you're using it. Like you were putting that to work, like you're moving that energy through, and then you're like, I'm crashing.
Right, I was done.
Right,
because I didn't even have sleep the night before. Like 3 hours. I was awake. I was thinking. I was.
Yeah, and so we might, and you're not alone. Like
no,
we've all found ourselves in the past year going through this like, got to do something energy, and then this like crashing. Or some of us live more up here, or some of us find ourselves more here. And the down here, out of our zone, is when it's like, I can't get out of bed.
Right.
Or I'm like, I was supposed to go have dinner with all my friends, and I'm just turning my phone off because I don't want to, it's too much to even answer a text message. Like those things feel too big. I feel helpless. I feel disconnected, right? All of these, like, one, it's normal. It makes sense because we've all been through a lot, right? And so we do want to help, like, we can get back here. We collectively, and then we individually, right, can do this together and work and use ways. Of course, there's therapy, there's professional help, there's people to talk to, and amazing things. And there's also, even in the day-to-day moments and the small moments, that we can together like use tools, use things, practice things to just like notice. And you're doing such a great job of like, my body was vibrating and I was like this, like noticing, like your body's going to tell you, right? Like I'm either amped up, shut down, I'm not in my zone, I'm feeling something, right? I don't have to know what it is. I just know my body's going to tell me like, oh, I don't feel okay right now.
Right.
Either it's like clenched jaws, tears coming out my eyes. It's my stomach. It might be that like stomach feels like it's in knots, or your massage therapist is
so
like,
I'm carrying it. I'm carrying it in my back, and it's coming up. There's some muscle that goes like, starts in like the middle of my spine, and then it goes up. Best way to, like a razorback bra, the crisscross bras. So where it makes that crisscross and comes up my shoulders is exactly where, and I haven't even been, I can't even wear a crisscross bra anymore because it's so intense, so much pressure. I can't even wear it. So,
And so you're like, what do I do about this?
Right. and then not only that, so one thing, and I feel like I've done a pretty good job of not being angry. Right. So I feel like God has given me a discernment about being much calmer. And so things don't upset me as nowhere near, like before the storm, I was a firecracker, and I could just take your head off, and it was just fine and go on to the next thing. So my friend says, your explanation, my specialty is mental and behavioral health, a psych nurse, and it's my passion and population. I'm going to use your method to help folks. I love that.
I love
Thank you. That's awesome. So, but the truth is, although I have that under control, which has not been me, I attribute that to God and given me a new level of grace, because if I was angry all the time, I would not be able to do what I'm doing. But the truth is that there are people that have made me mad, and there are con artists, there are scammers, there are people that are doing things that I find so offensive that number one, I refuse to behave like that. So that's why all my projects have project numbers, because I don't want to exploit people. I don't want to put people's face everywhere so that they feel like, well, tell me your story. You put a camera in their face, tell me your story, and I'm going to raise you this money. It's happened to my entire community, and I'm crazy protective. So I would say more than I get angry, I get so protective.
Yeah.
So I'm so protective of my community, but I do get angry, and I have ruined some friendships with some people because I just don't tolerate it. And I don't want to I don't want to waste a felony on them. You know what I mean? But also, I mean, I feel like I've done great with my anger. But some, at the same time, I think it would also be well to understand how to better, like, for example, I've had a lot of people tell me I can't do what I'm doing.
Oh,
yeah, I know,
but
right?
You're doing it.
I'm doing it. So
doing it.
yeah, I'm doing it anyway. But it hurt my feelings. Right. And so instead of being just like, you're right, I can't, boo-hoo, I was like, you don't know me clearly, right? And it really fired me.
Like, that's that fight energy. I'm gonna prove you wrong.
I do.
Right?
But at the same time, but then I also cut them off. Right? Like, so I'm not going to allow their negative energy to come on me like that. I'm not going to allow that in my life. My friend says Stephanie goes full-blown mama bear. Yeah, it's pretty hardcore. I'm pretty crazy, but it's a protective thing, right? Because when we've been hurt, people it's still living in fight or flight, right? So that critical thinking part may not be taken over, and so the scammers are coming in. Like right now, we got an asphalt scammer in town, and it makes me so mad. Like, how?
These are jolts. I mean, it makes sense. You're like, you are threatening the people I love in my community.
Yes. And then I'm ready to fight them. I'm like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to talk.
Makes sense.
And then again, like I said, so then I hurt their feelings, right? Because if I get a hold of them, I'm going to let them know we are not friends. Because although I can be so kind and loving, and 95% of my personality is that, right? When I'm working with my community and helping everybody, but then I have maybe the other 25% is so crazy protective. Yeah. So I would like to also rein that in a little bit. And then I have some projects. So I feel pretty comfortable with my anger. I'm getting better. 2 weeks ago, I had somebody say some stuff that I didn't agree with. So I was like, all right, our conversation's over. Just like that. Like, I'm not even going to entertain it. But one of my projects did say to me recently that they're so angry. They're so angry because, what people expected to happen in a storm, meaning there's just some expectations that you have, like, I have homeowners insurance.
Right.
I have flood insurance. I have these insurances in place.
It's like, why? Because it didn't cover it.
Right. Right. So now so they had it, but it's not working. Right. Because flood insurance doesn't actually replace your home. It pays off your mortgage in most scenarios. Most of my projects are dealing with that. So now their home's paid for, but it's still destroyed. So what are they going to do? And so I'd like to talk about that as well, and getting through some of the anger, because I have projects at every level. Some, they're struggling to get out of bed. Some are struggling to not beat the socks off of people that come and take photos of their property. Some, or it's just, we're all living in all these different levels. So let's talk about some ways to help us calm down. Like, sometimes I like to say, whoosha.
Yes. Well, so we teach, and thankfully, with partnerships like via Hope for NC.
I love Hope for NC. I'm so thankful for them. We do have them full-time in our office now. So
that's amazing.
Yeah. That's been a real big blessing. So I'm very thankful.
And through the GROW NC, so the Governor's Recovery of Western North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services, we're able to provide trainings and workshops for free, resources through June to like all of Western North Carolina.
They're going to need to extend that date.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, we're going to need to talk about that.
I would love that.
Okay, we got to talk about that. Get me in there with the governor. I'll tell him.
The little plug there is, like, check out our website, find training, join a training. I promise you they're not boring trainings. It's not like you sit there and you just watch us like stand up there. It's like our trainings are very hands-on, interactive. Like you're gonna walk out with like tools that you can use in the moment. So I'll use some things with you here tonight.
That's good.
But would love to see anyone and everyone at any of our workshops and trainings.
And they can find this at, what's your website?
Yeah, it is www.resources4resilience.org.
Okay.
So
great. Yeah. Thank you. We'll make sure that gets in the comments too.
Great. Okay. So I'm gonna let's see, where do I want to start with you, Stephanie? Because you have a lot of amped up energy.
Yeah, I do. So, I'm pretty fired up.
Which is okay, because
I do drink Sundrop, right? So I drink Sundrop a lot. That could be it. That really probably isn't, but we'll call it that.
I love it. Because the idea is we want to help, like, in those moments where you're like, you're scamming me, and I'm going to cut you off, or I'm going to let you have it, like, take a moment to help come back online.
You were actually on point, because I tell people I will cut you.
No. I meant like cut
no,
you off.
No. Oh no, sis. Look, I mean it. Like an actual cutting. Yeah, at all times.
Don't want, like...
I didn't scare you there, did I?
No.
I only do that to people I need to scare. I mean, I carry a knife in my tights.
Yeah. Well,
that's probably crazy, right?
We don't want you to feel like we want to help move that amped up energy to help you like settle that fight or flight response.
Yes,
so it makes sense that you have a big one happening and like to come back online so that you can stay in connection.
Yes.
And like, and if it's like, I'm going to calmly walk away or, you know, just whatever it is, but not have such a big response.
Reaction, like cussing people out, punch them in the face.
Right. Yeah. We don't want to lose friendships. We don't want to, right? Like connection.
Right.
Well, first and foremost, like connection is the like most important and the quickest way back to like coming back to online and getting back in my zone is to know like if there's someone that I can look at or talk to. Often you probably do have like a go-to person there, like I'm gonna call them up and like just vent. Like connection means so much.
It does.
Like,
I have an emotional support person in my office now.
Love it.
Yeah,
there you
I'm
go.
very thankful for that.
There you go.
Yes.
So having that will be a great way to begin to settle that. But yes.
Y'all are going to start seeing this a lot. I love it.
Yeah. So I'm going to do some rapid reset tools with you. These are some of our, what we just call rapid resets. And they're not, I promise it's not anything you've never done before.
Okay.
It's not things we made up. They're like, it's things that our body naturally wants to do. So we'll do some of these together, just a few of them. And then I'll try a couple other tools with you in a little bit. But in part, like I brought you a magnet.
Okay.
So, are these magnets? Well, these are handouts, but there are magnets under here. So you can put this on the fridge out there.
Okay.
Because it's got all like our full list of rapid resets.
Okay.
And the thing is, like I said, none of these are things you're like, oh my God, take a walk. I've never done that before.
Yeah,
right?
We do that.
Take a walk is one of our rapid resets, right? But we do this with intention. We pay attention to like noticing my feet on the floor. Noticing, I love to take my shoes off and take a walk outside.
I do take my shoes off.
Notice just my feet in the grass, right? And like notice the sun on my face, or just like notice my breathing when I'm taking a walk, because that right here is saying, I am not in the hurricane right now. I am not in a fight right now. Like I am right here and I'm okay. Right. And it's like all about telling my amygdala, I am safe right now in this moment. Okay. And that's what we want to like give you some tools that you can just start practicing and using these to say, right now in this moment, I'm okay. It's okay.
I like it. Okay. Let's talk them.
Okay.
So we're going for a walk.
Yes. So take a walk on here. There's some other things I noticed. I can't help but notice the beautiful pink water bottle that you have. Is there Sundrop in there?
Okay. And Pebble Ice.
And Pebble Ice.
Yeah. I only have the straw really to stir my Pebble Ice so that I can chew it constantly.
Okay. So just right now, Stephanie, just notice kind of your heart rate and your breathing. to like rapid, slow, or I
Well,
feel
it was fine. Now it's all out of control. I'm just kidding.
I feel a little sweaty.
Yeah.
Maybe just a little nervous, like
Yeah.
doing a podcast is a little nervous. So
I'm not
feeling all
crying.
that.
I'm happy. I just knew I was going to have a come apart. But so far, no come apart. So I'm happy.
No come apart.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So just noticing that. So let's take our water bottles.
Okay.
This is called take a sip.
Oh,
Right?
I love sipping.
Okay. But we're going to do it. Yeah. We're going to do it a little differently
Okay.
than what we normally do. Because we usually all have multiple like emotional support, water bottles, coffees, like things with us through the day. Right? Okay. So just right now in this moment, noticing the weight of it in your hand, just like notice, right? And I'm noticing the pink on yours, and I love it.
See what it says?
And the sparkles, Mountain Fabulous.
That's
I
me.
love it.
Yes.
I love it.
My
All
friend
right.
Jenny made this.
Oh, someone made it.
Yeah, that's
Jenny.
me. I'm Mountain Fabulous. Hashtag Mountain Fabulous.
I love it.
That was my realtor hashtag. I'm still a realtor, but.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna invite you to take a sip, but when you just take a sip of water, I just want you to notice the coolness or the temperature. I'm thinking it's cold because it has ice, but just notice the temperature. Is it cold? Notice the flavor. Notice the texture. Is it like fizzy,
You're getting me so
bubbly?
excited for this
I know.
sip.
I know. And hold it there for a minute. And then when you swallow, I want you to just kind of notice how far you can notice that water going down. Okay. All right. So we'll do this first time together.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
Oh, so good.
Notice that crunchy ice in your mouth. And you said, oh my God, so good.
I love it.
Yeah.
You're right. This is something I do all the time.
Yeah.
If I start
I saw you.
panicking,
Take a deep breath.
I have it.
All right, let's do it again and see if you can feel that a little bit further.
Okay. I didn't even know you could hear yourself swallow.
You heard yourself swallow. I saw you take a deep breath. I don't know if y'all saw that, but I saw you like kind of take that breath and really slow down that time.
Yeah.
Right? And just do that and notice. And it's as simple as that.
I love it.
It's like you've got that with you. You have your pink water bottle. And you don't have to make a big production of it. You don't have to be like, I'm taking a sip, right? You can literally throughout moments in the day or after a stressful call or just find a way to got that bottle. I'm just really gonna take a sip, right? I'm just gonna notice.
I love it. That's great. That's definitely already part of my process.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
It's already our bodies know, right? You're the expert. Your body knows what it needs. There's a reason you love that big pink water bottle and you take it with you all the time.
Yes.
Right?
Oh,
it's
yes.
grounding, and it probably
may
makes
not
you
have 1,000 of them.
Yeah.
A lot of them have the big Rebuilding Hollers sticker on it, but yes, I do love this.
I love it. I love it. On here
so this has been my pacifier for years.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Another one is, I'm not going to have you get up and push on the wall, but because I'll leave this here with you.
Okay.
Another one we could do right here together is tapping side to side. So, sometimes do you ever find yourself you do want to really curl up and pull that blanket up, or sometimes you find yourself doing this?
Oh, I do this. Yes. When I'm about to take somebody's head off, I do this. They see me and they're like, oh.
Or do you ever
But this is like a defense mechanism, right?
It's your body's saying who I need to figure out where I am in this moment.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Am I hugging myself right now?
Yeah. And sometimes at the grocery store, you might kind of find yourself kind of rocking back and forth, in the line, or you might when you're driving, you might kind of find yourself tapping on the steering wheel, or are you a pin clicker? Do you like to?
I thought you were talking about a lighter. I was like, yeah, let's have a cigarette, girl.
It's like all these things that our body
Yes.
naturally is like wanting
Yes.
to do.
Yes.
So
Actually, for the podcast, I have to take off my shoes. I have to not have a pen. There's so many things I have to do because I will sit here and tap and click and
well, that's your
my bracelet, my
regulate.
watch.
Yeah.
I will sit here and like flick my watch like this. Like that's totally one of my jams.
I was sitting here for a long time, like playing with this.
Yeah.
Because
I had one of those and I broke it.
Yeah.
Well, it had like the little balls in it. And I was just sitting here one night. It went everywhere.
So we're just going to tap a little bit.
Okay.
All right. And so I know it feels kind of weird and you might be like, I'm not going to tap, but try it sometime and you might really love it. And sometimes, people say like, this is great for kids too. Any of these can be used with kids in the classroom, at home, anywhere. So adults, kids, it doesn't matter what your age is. So, all right. So just cross your arms to like whatever feels comfortable, wherever, and maybe like give yourself a squeeze. Squeeze in, yeah. Squeeze. I like to just kind of notice, squeeze my muscles. And then just like
I'm tapping myself. I thought we were tapping my feet.
No, you can tap your feet. I love that you added the tap in the feet. So like noticing your feet touching the floor. Notice when you cross your arms. Whatever pressure, whatever speed, if you want to tap out the beat to a song, you can just notice. And as you're doing this, notice if you see any like shifts in your heart rate or your breathing, or just feel kind of a little more settled. It's okay if you don't right now.
Yeah.
It's just a thing you can.
Because I'm multitasking.
Yeah, you're multitasking. And so whenever.
I love it. And then you can it's kind of another distraction.
Well, I love that you're saying distraction because like it's like, yeah, I can see like the word distraction. It's a way like your body is like, I need to do something with this.
But it's your way of like getting that energy out.
Yeah, exactly.
And resetting yourself a little bit.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
So we'll call it resetting versus distracting.
That's what we say. We say, yes, we reset our nervous system. Oh. So when you take a sip, when you go take a walk, before you call that person back or you get really mad or you feel really angry, go take a walk, notice your feet on the floor, notice the sun on your face.
Okay.
And you're resetting your nervous system. You're getting back into that, like, right? Notice that breath, because then you might feel a little more settled. You might respond a little differently, a little less reactively. It's just like little things. There's push on a wall, get up and literally like go push on a wall. Like it's one of my most favorite things to do. And that's great, I think, for the fight or flight, like that amped up, because it's like that I want to punch something. It's like that fight or flight energy, but I get that out in a way of like, I'm going to push on this wall and I'm going to push that fight or flight energy out.
And then you could probably immediately feel it just, shoot. Because I can pretty much feel the energy just shooting out of my hands.
Yeah.
Like I could be Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah. And so finding times throughout the day, if there's just a break that you're like, I'm going to go push on the wall.
Yeah.
Right? Heavy work's on here. I imagine you probably do some heavy work.
I love heavy working. I was just telling my husband today that for Project 118, I'm going to install the floors. And he was like, no, you're not. I'm like, yes, I am. Because I used to install hardwood floors. I've installed over 2 million square foot of hardwood floors. Like I know how I'm fantastic at it. I've been paid a lot of money to install floors throughout my life, at different times. And I'm excited to install the floors. And he's like, well, you can have time for that. And I'm like, well, I don't know, but I want to do that. I love manual labor.
That's like your body loves that.
I've gained some of it back, but during the first few months after the storm, I lost like 50 pounds. It was a great diet. Yeah, just all the work. I wasn't eating. I had a generator, so my ice maker was working. So I had my ice. I had my sun drop because people kept bringing it in the parking lot. Yeah, they were so good to me. So I've never been out of I call it crack. It's just what it is. That's what I call sun drop is my crack. And I love manual labor. So people could do that. They could do some heavy work.
Yeah. Do heavy work. and notice, like, the next time when you're laying that floor, you're doing that heavy work, like, because it's just like any like stress cleaners. Anyone love?
Oh, I love, yes.
Right? And
Except
you
for I
love
don't
to
have
like
time.
push things around. You love to move things around, all that. That's like your body's like, I've got to get this energy out.
Okay.
So it's like good to do that.
Okay.
So I don't want to be like, stop doing all that. Like, it's great. Your body's like, I need to get this energy out.
Like I'm done.
But just in a more like noticing when you use those muscles.
Yeah.
Notice your breathing. Notice the stuff moving through your body, right? It's like being aware, being intentional.
Okay, so like the noticing and being aware and intentional, that's kind of also bringing in that self-regulation.
Yeah, it's bringing in, it's saying, hey, I'm not fighting the scammers. I'm not in the middle of Helene right now. Like, I'm in this flooring, right? And that helps to settle that response and bring you back into your resilient zone. Yeah.
That makes perfect sense. I do my best thinking when I'm driving.
And
it's almost because I'm distracted, right? So because I'm steady focused on driving, but I'm totally distracted. You know what I mean? Like all of my, that's what I do. My best thinking is when I'm driving.
Yeah. So I'm curious, Stephanie, when we think about like the past year and you're like all the hard stuff, like and there's been lots of hard stuff, right? And we're all navigating. I would love, like, if you can tell me in the past like year or even just more recently, like a time that you felt better or that you knew, like the moment maybe when you're like, it's going to be okay. We're going to be okay. I got this.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know that I've hit that. I don't, truly, I don't know that I want to hit that.
Yeah.
And I think I do know we're going to be okay, but I still see so much.
Yeah.
And for me, again, this is a distraction for me. My favorite place in the world is destroyed.
Yes.
My river is completely destroyed. It's poisoned. I can't get in it. I can't touch it. So I've spent this last summer not in my river. It's not my river. I don't even own it, but I love it. And I used to spend endless days. I mean, I would be in the river 3 or 4 times a week. It was such a part of mine and my family's life. And so I really struggle still through, just like even just watching previous videos of us being in the river, I'm just hysterical. And so I don't know if I've thought we're going to be okay yet, because it's still so hard, but I'm living it. I'm in it as a partner and a believer in my neighbors. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm so focused on making sure they don't feel alone that I don't know that I've ever come to the realization that I'm okay. I'm okay. I am okay. My home's okay. And we still have a bunch of trees down, stuff like that, but we're okay. But I worry about everybody else that's not okay. So I would probably be kind of a funky candidate for when did I know I was going to be okay. I don't know that I've hit that yet.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah, it's very real.
It's real.
And because I'm constantly trying to talk other people into being okay. Don't give up.
You're a helper. We're trying to help. We're helpers in that. Yeah.
Right. Because I'm trying to convince them. Like I've got one project who I adore, but they're so nervous. Like I told him, I said, he's so scared I'm going to run out of money that he's convinced me I'm going to run out of money. And I'm like, I never had any money. God keeps sending it. So everybody they've been let down by so many organizations. So, and even the big guys have failed at getting to our community that really needs the help.
Yeah.
And so for me, I'm just so committed to not letting anybody fall through the cracks. I feel like I just walk around with my hands tight. Like I'm not going to let you fall through.
Yeah. And
I'm going to get you what you need to go for another week. And we're going to make sure you get that done. And so it's just about getting to the next week so that I can keep them uplifted so that they can keep moving forward. And that same project had said to me, Steph, I haven't done a lot of manual labor in the last year. I've been kind of laying around a little bit because I didn't know what to do.
Right.
Because this guy said they were coming to help me and they didn't show up. And so said they were coming and they didn't show up. so many organizations had failed that project that when I showed up, I have to continuously show up for them,
Yeah.
but to build that trust so they
Mhm.
know I'm not pretending.
Mhm.
I'm not going to leave you. I'm going to make sure you get home.
Yeah.
Even if it's one stick of wood at a time, even if it's one piece of this at a time, it's what you need this week. And that's what I tell all my projects. Anybody that's with me knows. I say, what do you need this week? We're
Yeah.
going to keep your project moving forward, you know?
That's a lot.
That's a
You're holding
lot.
a lot, and that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But you're like naming lots of big pieces.
Yeah.
I wonder, like, right now in this moment, as you're naming all of this that you're holding, which is so much. I mean, you're like, I feel like
Yeah.
If you could like drop a pin on like right now in this moment, what feels like the hardest part?
I mean, it's the river.
It's the river.
It's the river. It's always the river for me.
It's the
It is
river.
so devastating to
Mhm.
me. But I'm a water person.
Yeah,
And so for me, you know, it's my happy place.
it's the river.
And like for my birthday, my husband and my daughter are like, where do you want to go for your birthday? And I'm like, river. Of course I want to go to the river. That's where I want to be, right? And so, you know, it's but that's personal, right? That's my personal
that's
devastation.
okay.
And
That's
so I
okay.
distract myself with my projects.
So I'm just noticing
You know, like for me,
the river.
yeah, it's the
and
river.
I'm noticing you have some wetness.
Yeah.
What we know
Yeah.
is that is a release of your
Yeah.
nervous system. So it's getting some of that energy
Right.
out. So
Right.
don't stop.
Yeah.
those
No,
tears, right?
they just come and go. Sometimes I cry, sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
But when I think of, you know, what makes me the saddest and what
The
just
river.
hurts so much to me is to see it's the rivers. It's the rivers because, you know, and I know they're going to clean themselves. And I know we have to have more storms
Yeah.
to clean all the
Yeah.
toxicity out. And, but just so much of it, it was so beautiful.
Yeah.
It was
It's
so
so
clean.
beautiful.
It was so perfect. I mean, I could just spend days in the river, you know, and just I was just in it all the time. I was just like, I couldn't tell people how often I was in the river because they would be like, okay, you never work.
Yeah.
But like I always had my river shoes with me because even in between appointments, I could stop and get in the river. You know, so when you talk about grounding and you talk about when real estate was all I did, it's still a very stressful job. And so I could just get in the river.
Yeah.
Right? Even if it's for 5 minutes or 5 hours, and I was okay.
I wonder, Stephanie, that's so beautiful. And it makes so much sense to me. Our rivers, our landscapes, the things that we have loved are different.
Yep.
Is there a moment recently, and just kind of come with what like the first thing that comes to your mind, is there a moment that you have felt just a tiny bit better? A moment? Yeah, you've
got my projects.
Yeah,
that's what makes me happy.
So a like specific moment. Is there like a specific moment recently that's coming up for you?
This past Tuesday, we set 118, and it was. I was radiating. I was vibrating. My whole spirit was literally physically lifting out of my body. So excited. You know, because I was doing something people told me I couldn't do.
Yeah.
Right. And so I'm overcoming all of these doubters that are saying, you can't do this. You're not good enough to do this. You're not going to, I mean, just everything you can imagine the naysayers have said, they've said to me to my face. Yeah. And I didn't punch them, but I did it anyway, you know? And so, but mostly it was because I know that family's going to be home and they're not going to have to go through another winter in an RV. Yeah. Because living in an RV in the winter is not okay. Like they are not meant for here winters. Yeah. And, you know, people get frozen inside their RVs, meaning the doors freeze within them because of the way they sweat, because they're heating the inside and then sweating is happening. Anyway, like it is so upsetting to know another winter is on the way. Yeah. And so that's why I'm like pushing so hard, right? We've got through the summer. And the summer was terrible for me because I couldn't be in the river, but I kept building, right? You kept building. And I'm by the rivers often, and I can't touch them. You know, well, I do at South Toe. I'll go way up South Toe, and I'll touch it there. or I'll go way up the cane and I'll touch it there.
When's the last time you went up the South Toe or the cane and touched it?
I was up the cane and I touched it like 2 weeks ago.
Huh.
Yeah.
What's that like?
I just cry. Well, I get there to cry, and then I'm just so happy to be touching it, right?
Yeah.
Because I like to, just right before I dip my hands in it, you can feel the energy coming off of it, and then I just slowly put my hands down in it. Sometimes my boots are off and I'm in it, but sometimes I'm actually like there to help people, and so I can't be the kid that I am.
Yeah.
But recently I was showing a house in Cattail and I was having a very hard day.
Mhm.
And the client knew my clients are incredible. They understand that this is my full-time job now, but I still need them because that's how I pay my bills. And so we had stopped real close to the creek and I said, I'm just gonna, and they're like, really? And I was like, yeah, you should come.
I love that. Love that.
You should touch the water. So I'll go down, I'll take my boots off, stick my feet in it, and then stick my hands in the water. And it's just it resets my spirit. It really does.
Resets your nervous system.
Yes, my nervous system.
And even as you're telling me that, you keep
Yeah.
twice, you have put your hands. And so just, let's do that.
Yeah.
Like, you're just like, put your hands in the water. Can you tell, what was the temperature?
Yeah, it was ice cold.
Ice cold. Mountain water.
Yeah, mountain water.
Ice cold.
It's
and
so
you were
cold.
Up Cattail, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where it's real cold. And that water is
cold.
so cold and so pure that there's got like 7 restrictions for that community. And one of them is that you cannot use the water to make moonshine.
I love it.
I know.
I love it. So right now, Stephanie, as you were like, take me back there. You took your boots off.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm going to go put my feet in the water. I'm going to put my hands in the water.
Yeah.
And you're right there right now. And it's ice cold water. And is it sunny? Is it are your feet in the grass? Are they in the water?
In the water. Everything's in the water. Everything's in the water.
What are you noticing? One, you're smiling.
Yeah.
Well, what are you noticing physically right now?
It's immediately calming. Yeah. Yeah. Very much so.
Yeah. So just notice that. We're just going to sit with that. We're just going to, you just took another deep breath. So we're just going to notice that deep breath. You're going to notice your hands in that ice cold water. It's not for making moonshine.
Probably makes the best moonshine.
And that smile on your face when you think about that. And you look really relaxed and snuggled in that chair.
Yeah. It's a good chair, right?
Because what you just did, you did this on your own. And anyone can do this. Right? Is we have these moments and we're carrying this energy. And that's real. And there's all this hard stuff that's swimming in our nervous systems. And that makes sense. Alongside that are the beautiful moments that are also alongside there. And we're helping them come alongside this hard story and say, people brought me Sundrop in the parking lot because they know that's the drink I love. Right? That's a piece of your story too.
Right.
I get just 2 minutes where I get to put my hands in the ice cold water. That's part of the story too. So we tend to want to think and really pay attention to all the big, heavy, hard. And that's real. And that makes sense. And we're not taking that away.
Yeah.
I'm going to get emotional. Along all that hard stuff is still the beautiful stuff. The streams that do look very different. They're there. And there's still ice cold mountain water that we can touch, right? And there's still the people.
Oh, the people are so wonderful.
That bring you Sundrop.
Yeah.
There's your community, the helpers. And when we find ourselves like, oh, this is really hard, we can all ask ourselves, pause, take that moment. What's helping me through right now? Who's helping me through? When's a moment I felt just a little bit better? And if we can ask ourselves that question and notice, I just took a deep breath when I thought of that, or it was ice cold water. that is also saying this is real and this is real, and I can settle, right? And so just finding moments,
Yeah.
and we
Makes
call
so
that
much
highlighting.
sense. When
Now
this
look at
was,
you.
yeah.
You brought tissues
Yeah,
for yourself,
yeah, if you
and
need
I'm the
'em,
one that needs the tissues.
You need them? We got them. We got them. So I don't know that I would say it was in the beginning, but it was, because we've evolved so much. But one of my very dear friends, she owns an incredible stretch of land on the South Toe River. And, my body was just, I have hard days,
Of
right? I have
course.
days where I
Yeah.
completely lose it. I'm more in control now than I was in the beginning, because I was still understanding how I was supposed to put all this together.
Yeah.
Because I've just evolved with the community. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just evolving with what people need to make sure they're moving forward. And I would get so upset, and I would just cry and cry and cry. And my body would immediately go, you got to get to the water.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget, I was driving down 80 North, which 80 North is not one you want to be driving when you're pouring the tears. And I'm driving, trying to see through the tears, just trying to get there. And I get on the land and I get through the gate, and immediately I can breathe.
Yeah.
And I rush to the river, which is still a ride, because I had to get to the barn, and I got to get on the 4-wheeler, then I got to get down to the river, climb up and over trees. I mean, this was no stroll to the river, right? I mean, but I had to get to the river, and I felt like once I got there, I could let it all out.
Yeah.
But there was nothing. When I got there, I was just so happy to see the river and touch it, and just, be in that moment, that it was very calming. And so a lot of times, exactly what you just talked about, that is something I've been doing. For the whole time.
Keep doing
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And let yourself feel that.
Yeah.
Let those tears fall. Let that
Yeah.
release happen. Find that river. Think
Yeah.
about the last time, that you felt a little bit better next to that river.
Yeah.
And that has just as much of an impact on your nervous system as those jolts do.
Right.
They're glimmers.
Right. So jolts and glimmers.
Yes.
Jolts are what made me crazy. Glimmers are what
Glimmers
made me
are
happy.
what tell you you're safe.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so thankful that you have been with us today. We have exceeded. I've never had a podcast this long. We went over a little bit. No, I'm so thankful. These are all the tips that we have needed to offer our community, so they know how, some different ways that we can process some of this. I'm hoping some of the teachers are listening, so that they could take some of this with them into the classroom, and everyone work through this. So I'm so thankful. Is there anything else that you would like to share with my friends tonight?
Oh my gosh, thank y'all for hanging out with us. Thank you for
coming.
just having this conversation as we look up on the year of the anniversary. And so I just encourage everyone to really think about, in the midst of all the hard, what has gotten us through?
Right.
What has gotten you through? And when were the moments that we felt a little better and knew we were going to be okay?
Right. I appreciate that. And so we're going to have some of your stuff here, your chart, where we have, there it is. There's her website. Thank you, Russ. So if you're looking for her website, right there's the QR code. So we'll have the wave where we're okay. And then we still have our jolts and our glimmers and our, what do you call it when we're blue?
Yeah, when the shutdown space.
Shutdown
space.
Down
here. Hand up, shut down, which we talked about.
Yeah.
We can get back in our zones.
Get back in our zone. So we're going to have these. We're going to self-regulate. We're going to listen to our body.
Reach out. Connection is everything.
Yeah.
Also, Hope Fluency via, if it makes sense, if you need extra support during this time.
So, totally okay.
Yeah.
It's totally okay. We've got support here. This is what we're all about, is making sure that we're getting folks what we need to not only rebuild our lives, but also rebuild our spirit and rebuild
resilient.
our nervous system. So we're not carrying it around. You know what I kept thinking the whole time you're doing this? Shrek. When you were saying I thought of like the little Shrek, like the little things sticking out. Shrek's little antennas. That's what I feel like. I really do. I feel like that. So thank you. Thank you for coming. This is so important that we talk about these things. I want my community to know that they are not alone. You're not alone, and we have support. There's Miss Andrea saying, thank you for sharing this great information. I don't think I'm an angel, but thank you for saying that. Stephanie, you're truly an angel that walks among us. Please remind yourself of this. Thank you. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. The truth is my heart is still shattered. I definitely cry. I definitely am living in a roller coaster of emotions. I get upset. And I just try to work through that. And I have some new techniques to work through it.
Yeah.
But I know this upcoming year is going to be so hard for all of us, especially as we move into the fall, especially as they are splashing possible other storms come. There's just so many things that are going to jolt us or trigger us. And so we really want to use these techniques to keep us moving forward and not giving up, because we can't give up.
Yeah.
We are going to be amazing. Everything is going to be okay.
Yes.
I'm going to keep telling myself that, because we have to.
We are.
We live in the greatest place on earth.
WNC strong.
Yeah. And I'm determined that Yancey and Mitchell County have everything they need. We got some really cool stuff coming, y'all. Oh my God. I can't even talk to you about it yet, but super cool stuff. God's doing amazing things to keep us in the news and people aware, so that they know that we still need help. Because, that's been the hardest part. Everybody thinks we're okay. And in other places, right? I mean, even as far as Johnson City's fine, and so it's
work to do.
Then we got a lot of work to do. But as we evolve and as we keep going, just know you're not alone. Of course, you've never been alone with me. I've always been right here, and I'll keep being right here. Because this is just right where I'm supposed to be. Yeah. And I love it. So Miss Meg said, a happy evening of staying in our zone and counting our blessings. Yes. I love that, Miss Meg. Thank you. That is beautiful. All right. Well, let me see what else I'm supposed to say tonight, because I'm totally distracted. Only cried a little. That's not terrible.
You made me cry.
I'm sorry.
I think I cried before you cried.
I'm telling you, it's the river for me. I am a wreck. You get me talking about my happy place, and I am a wreck. We had just got paddleboards. And so the summer before the storm, we had been paddleboarding all these new areas, all these new things. And I just sit and watch the videos and I just cry. But I also know that we're going to be okay.
We're going to be okay.
Yeah, we're going to be okay. We're going to keep. I got a bit dusty in there too. Sorry, Russ. But we did good. Overall, I was really stressed out about today because I didn't, it's hard to open up and it's hard to say I'm not okay. Mm-hmm. So many, like I said, I had 3 projects walk in this week that don't have homes. They don't have any resources to get homes. Mm-hmm. And so now I have to add them to my list. And so that's stressful. But at the same time, I'm not going to let them stand alone. I mean, that's just not going to happen. So we have some cool stuff coming up, y'all. I'm real excited to talk to you a little bit about some of my upcoming days. Don't forget, September the 27th. I know we're not going to forget it. But we can all be together at Old Timey Day on the Burnsville Square. We will be giving away that awesome Jeep. Y'all know it. I love this Jeep. I need you to pretty please buy tickets. This is going to help us continue to raise money so that we can keep getting our neighbors built. So pretty please stop by the office or scan the QR code. Go to rebuildinghollers.com. Under our store, you're going to see where you can purchase a ticket online, and that adds it right to the thing. So buy a Jeep ticket. We also have been invited to a pretty cool convention coming up. I've been to a lot of different conventions in my life, but I've never been to a disaster convention. But I did get this organization reached out. They're having this big disaster convention, and they said, we want you to be our special guest. And I'm like, okay, sounds fun to me. I mean, I'm in. So I'm going to be attending a disaster convention right after the 1-year anniversary next week. Well, anyway, that's coming up. So I am excited to go to that and learn more. Hopefully I learn some more things. Maybe pick up some new, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going, and I'm thankful for that. And so that is it, my friends. Don't forget, you can also, if you've already got your Jeep ticket and you're looking for merch, I got merch. We got some great stuff. We got our blanket. I thought I was going to need it tonight if I was really going to boohoo, but nope. I'm still not going to boohoo too much, only when it comes to my river, which I miss dearly. So thank y'all so much for joining us tonight. We still have a long way to go, and we need a lot of help. So make sure you're sharing our stories. Make sure you're letting people know not to forget about us here in Yancey and Mitchell County. And thank you so much for loving me. Thank you so much for loving my community. I'll see y'all later.
The hardest part isn't the knowing. It isn't knowing everything that you have to do to get everything back right. The hardest part are the memories. Knowing exactly how it used to look before the storm. That's the hardest part.